Hello, it's me. Um, I want to talk about something pretty serious right now. Um, you know how if you've been watching my channel and you've been watching other channels related to it, and um, you'll know that there's been an organized collective effort for the last few years, really, to prevent World War III from happening. Guys, I think we failed. It looks to me like it's already going on, and we're just not being informed properly by our governments and media and whatnot. And I don't even know if it's ever going to officially be declared as a war, but it just seems like there's a de facto global conflict going on right now that is in its very early stages. And I really doubt that. I mean, well, you never know, I suppose, but it just really seems to me like there's nothing that anybody can do, even with access to the likes of time travel, which is a whole other subject entirely, to prevent this from occurring. And so all I can do from this point is apologize to everybody for not having been able to do more to prevent it getting to this point. And it's basically totally out of my hands anyway. I tried to influence things and affect change and encourage people to think differently about the relationships between peoples and nations and the subsequent role that government should play in all of that. But guys, I'm an outsider. I hope you understand that. And Washington's not going to listen to everything that someone like me has to say. Um, despite my family background, like the UK government or European governments are not going to listen to what someone like me has to say. I don't speak any Russian or Chinese. I have Russian associates and Chinese friends, but they're not the types of people that their governments will listen to. And they're certainly not going to listen to me. So at this point, I don't know what to do, you guys, about all of that. It's a much bigger subject than me, and there's really nothing I can do to continue to try to affect change in a positive direction. I've basically resolved myself to the fact that there isn't anything I can do. And I've been trying. I really have been trying very, very hard. I've lost a lot of sleep, and I've tried to provide insight and understanding and advice to whatever agencies of whatever government would listen to me, especially the United States government, because I am an American. And I understand the great power and influence that our government has. But I'm basically like, I really feel like the lone voice in the wilderness at this point, and I'm just shouting at trees, basically. So that's it. I've tried. I think I'm on the verge of giving up, trying to get them to listen to me, and guys, I have to take care of my family, my children. I have to spend more time focusing on that, and you know, the only thing that I can offer as a possible solution is if you really seriously consider who you elect. I know that the 2020 election in the United States is pretty much over and done with at this point. I just hope that President Trump, when he's reelected, doesn't allow any serious damage to happen to anybody, if at all possible. And I know that if I were in his position, I don't know, it would be very difficult. I don't think he's really in a position to be able to make able to make decisions any differently or any better than the ones he's currently making. It's just it's a situational thing, and it's what he's inherited. It's a mess that he's inherited, and he really does seem to be doing the best that he possibly can with it. He really does seem to be trying, but there's so much working against him, and I would encourage those who can understand what I'm saying and who are working against him to, please stop, because you really don't know what you're doing, and you really don't know or understand the harm that this could cause. At least I hope you don't. At least I hope that it's not that you're doing it on purpose, knowing that it will cause harm. That makes it worse, obviously. So, calm down. Sit down, talk about stuff. We don't have to be so dogmatic about everything or anything. And there are much bigger issues at stake than getting our way all the time. One of those issues being the future of our planet. Okay? And this is our planet, all of our planet. We all live here on this same planet. And everything you do has an effect on other people. And it's not all about you either. It's about all of us. And I think that if you really listen and pay attention to the American perspective of things, you'll realize that you know, we do care about people in other parts of the world, and we are interested in the well-being of people and individuals in the other parts of the world. And we're not interested in aggression or hostility or fighting. But it's about people. Ultimately, at the end of the day, it's not about dogmatism or economic systems or race or anything like that. People are people, and every human being deserves a fair situation for themselves and for their families and for their communities. And when we see that not happening, well, we become concerned. It's what a good neighbor does. Right? You got to take care of yourself first, obviously. As we are currently starting to do after countless years of being bled dry. So try to understand everybody. Sit down and talk about things. Try to understand each other rather than jumping to conclusions or resorting to hostility or conflict or any kind of aggression, because once you go to that point, it's too late. And there may still be an opportunity to prevent some very bad things from happening. It's September 12th, 2020. It's not too late, I don't think. But it all depends on the choices that we make. Right now, the choices that are made today. Okay?